dogs still remain a considerable threat. And out here... we don't really have much. This is the main entrance. And this is the underground. Okay. Okay, that explains things. However, can I go up? Because I think I can. It looks like I can. That's curious. These are not actual windows. Look at that. It doesn't tell me. Ooh, that might mean that the other place that said that they're locked from the inside was actually a place on the inside. Okay, so we've been here, but not here. And I do think that these are harmless. As long as you time your movement. Turns out they're not. That works out. There's a painting there. And this is the other one, okay. I'm thinking... this is the way to get the lenses. Let's go over here. Thank you. Ooh. Actually, I don't know anymore. Where are we? And why are we here? We're above her? Look at this. Oh, they're everywhere, these things. As long as you stop. It's not a very fun mechanic, honestly. Get some of that. There you are. A rune. Some zirconian grapes. Lovely. There's a black bone charm there. A lot of... oh, crap. Did not expect that. Took a little bit of damage, but we have grapes. Is that the thing I fired? It might have been. Get those grapes. They bounce all over? I don't think they do. Yeah. Well, we definitely haven't explored this area, so I might as well do it. Okay, that's much better. I'll eat the remaining grapes. Not that it matters. There's somebody here. Oh, it's her. She's the one that I'm hearing. She's not the only one that I'm hearing. No, that's a body. This is the other passage. Withered ryegrass and copper wire, Tivian ore, howler dusts. A vice. Raw whalebone. And of course an audiograph.
I meant nothing to my fine family, beyond an advantageous marriage and years of childbearing. They promised me to a man 3 times my age who wheezed on about our wedding night. But a curious thing happened on the way to the altar, Delilah. From the first time I slipped out of the manor in the dead of night, there was no returning to my cage. Looking at the stars and drinking wine on a rooftop, I was free. Instead of seeing the overseers for marriage, I visited my father's banker and raced away from my old life toward Delilah. Those were the Coven's glory days.
It's Brianna, right? So it sounds to me like Brianna was made by Delilah rather than the other way around, which I was a little bit confused at first, or for a while. That arm just fell. I think we're safe. Processed whale oil, that's pretty good. Discarded lenses. We got it. The astounding clockwork soldiers. And some processed whale oil again. More sleep darts. And a health elixir. Pretty good. We're getting a lot of loot here. My effigies of the Oracular Sisters. 4th day. It's been difficult to create effigies of the Oracular Sisters. They keep to themselves, rarely venturing outside. Impossible to get the hair and nail clippings I need. But I have an idea. If the sisters are linked even beyond death, then I can use the bones of their dead, dug from an abbey graveyard, to attune the oraculum to the minds of living sisters. It's done. Adolfina and several others brought back a wagon full of coffins. I'll start on new effigies at once. Still only faint voices, nothing near the connection required to give them dreams. I must adjust the lenses, refine the effigies, sleep with their skulls beneath my blankets for a few nights more, perhaps integrate the scarves they use to cover their eyes. Delilah is anxious about my progress, and yet there's not much to tell. I was able to interrupt several oracular sisters in conversation, leaving them momentarily at a loss for words. I'm confident that soon enough I'll be able to make them say whatever I wish. Then I'll have news for my empress in Dunwall. At last, I held one of the sisters in a trance-like state for an hour. Delilah was ecstatic. Soon we will control the oracular order! Exclamation mark. Some more raw whalebone, quite a lot of it, in fact. And a little bit more money. And angelfish. Don't blow that up. That would be quite catastrophic. That would be immediate death is what that would be. In fact, I can show you the immediate death that it would be.
What in the world?
I know, right? Don't worry. That is completely unrelated. I say, hopefully. The Silver Spike. Genius inventor can barely recall his own name. Kirin Jindosh loses his smarts in a bold experiment gone wrong! You know him as the grand inventor, capital G, capital I, the genius of our time, ! But that was before his latest experiment went somehow wrong, leaving the man, Kirin Jindosh, a blubbering shell of his former self! Scandalous, but true. Servants are gleefully coming forward with stories of the once great inventor now barely able to navigate from room to room. One woman claims that Jindosh is now unable to determine which way to turn a simple bolt. Quote, everyone knows it's righty-tighty, unquote, she said. Another wondered openly whether Jindosh may have been using his pupils' ideas all along, faking his genius to gain reputation. Allegedly a cruel employer, sadistic in his dismissal of his staff's basic needs, there is one curious turn in this story. Those closest to the inventor claim that he is now gentle as a lamb. That's, I don't know what to say about that whole particular quest line, to be honest. It's a little bit tasteless, honestly. But we move on, I suppose. We have a lot of tastelessness in this game. Maybe not such as that one as often, but still. We got a new bone charm that I promptly, completely ignored the name of. I think it's Leviathan's Breath. Running out of breath reduces mana before health. That's a weird thing. Why would it reduce either of those? The Foreign Curses, or Foreign Curse, written and researched by Tabitha Alba. The Great Rat Plague, capital G, capital R, capital P. The Spreading Death, capital S, capital D. The Foreign Curse, capital F, capital C. These are names we give to the disease that bloomed briefly, taking tens of thousands of lives as it spread across Crystal from home to home, town to town, preferring neither rich nor poor, although they did prefer the poor the most, because that's how it works with pandemics, and we saw that specifically in the first game. But the rich do like saying that, oh, they didn't prefer the rich or the poor. It affected us all equally the same. And, you know, this is written by somebody who probably is rich. Anyway, the capital city of Dunwall suffered the most, settled so thickly by both people and rats. Many feared the plague would spread to Serkonos, but even beyond the naval blockade effected at the time, several factors kept the sickness from reaching our shores. First, in Serkonos, the population of disease-carrying rats was kept in check by bloodflies. Natural enemies, rats are known to feed on bloodfly larvae. So, rats are natural enemies. They're just natural enemies. It should be natural enemies. Rats and bloodflies, because that's how you do this sort of inversion of sentence structure, of implying meaning, because it is really just implying meaning, that, you know, something is natural enemies, and in this case it's just rats. Rats are natural enemies. And fully mature bloodflies lay their eggs in rats. Second, it is simply true that Serkonans are healthier than most, in general. With the best foods, morning constitutionals, and a strong work ethic, we have some immunity to diseases that afflict less vibrant folk. Lastly, mining dust was found in trace amounts in Serkonos even during the time of Dunwall's great crisis, and that dust played a critical role. It's true that the plague was spread by rats, but some natural philosophers now believe that it was also carried on wind currents. As such, we can be thankful that in addition to bringing us wealth from silver, the mines also protected us from the greatest plague in living memory. And you can see there immediately, it's written by rich people. Apparently the mines are a means to gain wealth, which is very contrasting to what we have heard of them being by less well-off people. Ooh, I almost fell. I really did truly almost fall. Let's not do that. And so up here, we have access to that. Got everything here. This is such a gorgeous area. Did I do the thing? Oh. The thing where, where I slow down.
This looks important. I wonder what it does.
We know what it does. Where I slow down if I use the thing. The schwa. Anyway, we have the thing. There's a lot of thing that I'm saying. What am I gonna do?
What is this? No, no! What will I do now? I'm ruined. That feeling. The things I could do. The touch of the void. Delilah. It was everything I had.
We can now learn how Ashworth corrupts the Order.
Leave me alone. You've ruined me.
16 years ago, it was just Brianna Ashworth and Delilah when they founded the Coven together. There's something she made from whalebones, more powerful than a simple charm. Loyal to Delilah, after death and across all these years. She has no more secrets to tell. There is nothing else to say about her. Nothing of importance.
Alright. There's still the dogs around, though. Which I very much do not approve of. Flammable liquor there. And here, okay. Is there anything else left for us? There is a black bone charm there. Jessamine portrait.
What would you and Father advise if you were both here? Sometimes I dream we're all together again.
That has been a very, very long time ago. When they were all together. In fact, we barely even see that happen. Only right at the very beginning of the first game. Oh, I can talk to Delilah here?
As if you could ever hide your face from me, Emily. Little Black Sparrow, free from your cage at last.
It's done. Brianna Ashworth is no longer a witch.
You villain! You don't even know what you've done. A great bloom wilts and fades from the world.
Delilah, I will take apart everything you've built until I have what's mine.
Oh, Brianna. I don't believe we will speak again. The thought of seeing you reduced to such a pale, sad thing. It's too much to bear. I hate you for this, child.
I'm not only going to restore things to the way they were, I'm going to make them better.
Emily, you were the Empress before. Why didn't you make them better before? What? You're not making it better than somebody else made them. It's not. That's not a promise that you make. That's all I'm saying. It feels vacuous. Vacuous is the word, but also telling, because she is very. She's a bad Empress. Is all I'm saying. She is a bad Empress. We have a proposal from the Curator Hayden to Brianna Ashworth, Curator of the Royal Conservatory. Although we have never met, we share occupations. Overseeing cultural artifacts and historical oddities, you in Serkonos and me in Morlaix! Exclamation mark. that's with a semicolon instead of a colon. Either way, I have heard much about you and have long acquired the stories regarding your exhibits. The matter at hand, now with a colon. I propose an artistic exchange at the Morley Gallery of History and Sculpture, capital G, capital H, capital S. We have works by many of the greats, including Anton Sokolov himself. Additionally, we have many unearthed items of a much unusual quality, which never fail to amuse and bewilder the public. But we would like to broaden our coverage. To that end, would you be interested in an exchange? I am particularly eager to get my hands on some of your own works and your conservatory's collection, Mechanized Fauna. In high hopes, Finley Hayden, Curator, Morley Gallery of History and Sculpture, capital G, capital H, capital S. Done straightening up. Mistress Brianna, like you asked, I stored your audiograph recordings in the archive down there in the basement, and I tidied up around the oraculum, just as you asked. That's twice in the same sentence that you asked. I think that might be on purpose. Some of the others were talking about the old lenses you took out of that oraculum device after the accident, saying they were going to, quote, bury them lenses forever at the bottom of the ocean, unquote. Well, that didn't sound right to me, so I just stored them in the Effigies workshop in case you find them some use. All my other chores are done, so I'll go prepare your leche thistle tea. Potentially pronounced in other ways. I'm grateful for the second chance you've given me. I am sure... There's typos as well. Yeah, Karina here, she might not be the smartest tool in the shed here. I am sure over time I'll feel Delilah's presence and learn the magic like my coven sisters. Please don't cast me out. I'll make you and Empress Delilah proud, I promise. And there was a key there as well. I think I saw it. Unfinished letter to Delilah. Delilah, when we can't talk, I write. There are things only you will understand. Daily, I feel my connection to the void growing, and through me, your power calls out to those who would join our coven. New faces, new voices. Our bond is stronger than it was at Brigmore, yet you feel so far away. If we were together, I could say more, exclamation mark. It is as if I can see beyond the air into another time or place. You have parted a curtain I never knew was there. Oh, Delilah, strange and beautiful whispers are carried on the breeze. I am forever grateful of being your instrument. And I assume this is from Brianna. Likely. Alright. Might as well. There's a painting there. And my fires burn within Brianna's marrow. Ooh! Just came toward me. Which it does. It's just that I was not particularly ready for that. Must say, I don't know where this is. Or do I? Huh. Did the tentacles disappear because Brianna is no longer a witch? I think they did. Broken whalebone sword. It's an item. That's a weird thing. I don't know what that was all about. Either way. That symbol. And a black bone shard called Void Armor. Which is... when you take damage, a significant portion is instead subtracted from mana. Significant. I mean, fair enough. Is that all for here? Oh. No, that's fine. It looked like an item, but it isn't. That's that fan making that noise. This is a lovely little interior garden. I don't know how plants grow without sunlight, but, I mean, they do, a little. Okay. Just, I don't know what these are. Yeah, I don't know what those are. The effigies. There's writings on the wall. Okay, so our objectives right now is we need to deliver the Roseboro prototype and escape. Simple enough. Right? Everybody's dead.